Hi YouTube, hi everybody, I am back with a new project that's Fetch API. Guys, I told you yesterday I just uploaded a video. First video is a setup environment for our React Redux development web series. Okay, and the other one videos is how you can create your own Tesla clone website using React JS. Okay, guys, in this Tesla clone video I just covered a beginners friendly syntax of JavaScript in advance. Okay, just like as ECMAScript 16, 17, 18 and at next. Okay, you must be watch this video for your best future. So now go back to our actual work. So guys, this is our actual work which we are gonna today. Okay, this is fetching a real-time API. Okay, and it's really cool guys, really cool. You can also set limit for rendering these images in our DOM. Okay, it's the beauty of our website guys. How is cool that? Okay, and guys, it's really cool. When I refresh again, randomly generated the images for us guys. It's really cool. So let's get started now this. Now guys, just go to the Google and search their JSON placeholder, which is a REST API website. Okay, and it's really cool. If I run this script, now you see it is fetching a data. Okay, it is the demo for our API. We need to just select these photos. Okay, you can also select by on your choice what you want to render on your website, but there we are rendering these images, so I select this one, and in there we have a URL, thumbnail URL, title ID and album ID. Okay, if I click this URL guys, you see it's blank, but there we have the images. How it's cool that guys. Actually guys, there we are tackles two API. Okay, first API, this is the JSON placeholder. Okay, and the other API will be the lorem pixum. Okay, this is also a REST API for rendering the images in our DOM. Okay, it's really cool. Okay, now you can also select by on your choice, but there I am just copy this URL from there, which is randomly generated the images after every refresh. Okay guys, how is cool that? Okay, now go back there guys. First copy this URL. After copying this URL, I am go back. Okay, I just already created a boilerplate for our code. First we have this style tag in which we are going to styling our website, and this is going to be a basic code of HTML. First div with class name container. Inside other div we have a class image wrap. Okay, so inside this div we are rendering our all the images. Okay, now I am storing a data in a variable which will be API URL. Okay, and just right there, sorry, in the backticks paste this URL. Okay, and just after that we are using their fetch method. Okay, add this URL inside this fetch method, and it always sending us a response as a promise. So we are using their then method. Inside this then method we have a parameter which is API data, and it's going to be a fetch arrow function. Okay guys, really cool. We are using their vanilla JavaScript guys. How is cool that? Okay, now if I show you something, a very cool thing is that I console log dot this API data, go back to our website, open this in browser, go to console, and guys you see we have very awesome thing is that we have a response from the API. It's cool guys, it's really cool. Okay, now again go back to there. We need to send data as a response in JSON form. Okay, go back there, and boom guys, it's be a promise guys. This is promise in JavaScript. How is cool that we are fetching all the data, and this length is going to be 5000 guys. How is cool that? Okay, now again just after that we are passing this data to an other one because we are rendering the images. Okay, so we are returning this data from there. Okay, return this API data in the JSON form, and again we are using the then method as a promise. Okay, and it also takes one more parameter. I just write there JSON data. Okay, and this then method also be a fat arrow function. Inside this fat arrow function we are mapping this JSON data. If I console log this JSON data, okay, and this JSON data sending us a promise as URLs. Okay guys, it's really cool guys, it's really cool. Okay, now what we need to do, we need to just match this JSON data to render our images. Okay, I am just using a one parameter in the map function, but it takes up to two parameters. First one is value and other one is index, but there we are using just there a value. Okay, now it's also be a fat arrow function, it always returning data. We need to create element to render our images. Just write there let image, okay, and document dot create element, and it's going to be image. Okay, now we need to set a source for this image, so we are going back to the Google. Okay, go to Lorem Pixum. In this website you can select any URL from there, but I am just selecting this random images URL. Okay, so copy this one till random and paste there. Okay guys, every image have a ID. You see, every image have a ID and a URL. Okay, so we are matching this data as a ID. Okay, we need to write just in ECMAScript syntax. Okay, I am going to set this value dot ID. Okay, and we need to store this ID as a key. Okay, now value dot ID, this value dot ID we are storing there as a key. Okay, so what we are going to do, we need to just render this image tag inside this div. So I am selecting this class. From there I just write there const image wrap will equal to the gets element by class name. Okay, and this time class name will be image wrap. Guys, I have a question in the comment box. What is the difference between get element by class name and query selector? So I show you something that if I console log this one, okay, and it's going to be sending us a array in case of response. Okay, now you see we have a node list which is still blank because there's no data rendering there. Okay, but if I use there just query selector, and it's going to be sending a response as a complete div. Okay, again I am refreshing this one. Okay guys, maybe we need to kill this terminal again, save this one, go back to there and just console log this one. Yes, it's guys query selected just selecting all the div. Okay, so this is the difference between class name and query selector. Maybe you understand. Okay, now what we need to do, we need to add this image wrap inside this. I am just right there image wrap dot append this child inside this image. Okay, save the changes, go back to there, and it should be send the data. Okay, it should be send data. Yes guys, boom, we have all the images guys, so we have all the images. Okay, and this data is going to be 5000 length. Okay, so I am just adding a limit for this data. Okay, I found a method on Stack Overflow. Okay, just write this limit as it is. You need to just write there as it is. Okay, a question mark and limit, and this limit will be going to, I am using there again a 30 images. Okay, so go back there, it's just rendering 30 images which I want to display. Okay guys, how is cool that we fetch API with limit. Okay, basically we are tackling two APIs. First one is this API and other one is this. We are storing this lorem pixel API inside this API, and this API is sending us a response as a promise, and it's giving us a data. Boom guys, how it's cool that. Okay, really cool. Now I am going to style this one. First select this class container. Okay, inside this container width will be 85 VW and margin to this one 5 VH for auto, and go to select image wrap. I am adding first of all their display will be grid. Okay, and now their grid gap will be 15 pixel, or grid template columns. Okay, grid template columns will be repeat 5, or it's going to be a min max function. Inside this function we are using their first row. Okay, and it's cool guys, it is really cool. Again we need to set up some width and height to our images, so we already set up our width and height. I am just adding their object with contain. Okay, and just right there border radius will be 0.234 rem. Okay, 234 rem, and just add their box shadow. So their box shadow will be 0 rem, 0 rem. Okay, and 0.1 rem. It's just like a little bit. Okay, and it's going to be 0.5. Okay, now there I am using their backdrop filter. Okay, backdrop filter is just a very cool property inside this one. Okay, backdrop filter will be using their blur function. Okay, it's going to be blur all the background color. Okay, that gives a really cool. Okay, now I just using also a filter method of brightness, and it's going to be 1. Okay, go back to the website, and really cool guys, really cool, really it's awesome guys. Then again I refresh this one, boom guys, it is randomly generated the images with limit 30 guys. How it's cool that. Okay, and again I am hiding this. Okay, so to hide this scroll bar I just write there, we found a method on the whole which will be WebKit. Okay, and just right there scroll bar. Okay, and now this time this play will be done. Go back there, refresh this one guys. How it's cool that we created already like this one. Okay, it's really cool guys. I hope that guys you like this project. Okay, so press the bell icon for latest updates, subscribe my channel, and if you have any query related this part or related any other videos, you can inbox me. I leaving my email in the description. Okay, so thank you very much.
Game over.